we had to. That's how he wanted to get in there quick still because because I said to him, I said we could have went and met the Green Brigade, boys of the Green Brigade there. So he ended up behind me. I should have took him last night to meet the merch boy because he ended up going in spending money in fucking Lawwell's fucking sweetie shop.
Oof.
Or the merchandise, but no mind, c'est la vie.
I'm sure he's going to buy his Neil Lennon calendar at £15 and the Neil Lennon Champions League T-shirt for a score now.
Well, here I've got a full list of pictures. I did a wee video for 5 minutes and I have my whole list of pictures of Celtic onesie. But the thing, guess what? the main thing that he went and bought was the Christmas baubles. He thought that was his present for his girlfriend for the Christmas tree. That was going to make her thing with having the Christmas tree with Celtic baubles.
God bless him, an absolute gentleman. It was great to hear him. I had a great afternoon and we had no nice people at lunch and a fantastic Jimmy Lowell took me for Davy the Cone and the pub, so I was delighted with that.
Who was that, sorry?
Jimmy Lowell mistook me for, I tweeted a picture for the Bruiser and Jimmy Lowell took me for Big Davy at the Admiral.
Oh, right.
So
I thought you said you met with him. I thought you said you met with the mysterious Jimmy. I was waiting for a phone call from him. I thought he was going to come up for this game, but obviously he never came up.
No, I know his family issues, didn't he? There was an illness in the family, so he couldn't come up.
More important things in football, not really.
That's the only game of football, right, isn't it? But no, I was just saying to you last night, we've been the prophets of doing at the start of the season, mate, and I mean, we're scraped through every league. The only thing Champions League about our clubs are chief executives' wages. There's nothing else there. I just sat back, watched Kaka. I put out a tweet earlier on, I recorded some audio You'll Never Walk Alone and stuff, so that's going to be used on the History podcast. So if you're at the game and you're sitting, you're going to be part of it, sort of thing, you know. So that was good, mate.
See, I don't know for yourself, right? See, for You'll Never Walk Alone, for me, right, I don't know how other people approach that, but, well, I have serious tears in my eyes, mate, when that gets belted out, right? And the reason being, right, is I think friends that I stood there and sung it with, and family, and then people, you know, other Celtic fans. And I always have. For me, I don't get to many of the games. I mean, this was my first Champions League game, my first game this season, apart from the one there on Saturday when I went and the Aberdeen one there. But I don't get to many. But when I was there, I mean, I had tears well up my eyes, and I couldn't even sing. I sung a wee bit at the start, but just taking it in, and my eyes are always well up with tears, just thinking, I don't know, does anybody else have that feeling in the chat room? Do you have that feeling as well, Parrot? I mean, or am I just a fanny about it?
Oh, no, I mean, there's certain songs you always think about, you know, when you hear them if you're standing at the ground with family and stuff like that. And maybe it's not as evident in the modern stadia experience of sitting at a football game. And I know everybody who can stands up for the first couple of minutes for the walk-on and sit down, but I think it's more evident in the terrace these days where you're all packed up when you were singing beside total strangers sort of thing, you know.
Do you know the walk alone that I can remember, and when it used to happen, and you would in the old jungle or the Celtic end when it was all going up and everybody had the scarves and it was just a whole sea. But the best thing was you were doing the walk alone, and then you scored when you're standing there. Oh God! And the goal goes in, and it's just bedlam, and then how did we not score last night? That was the most thing I was gutted about. For my mate coming all this way, and the poor G-man for over in America, and I mean, he came as well. I mean, you got to respect people who come over, who find Celtic as a second love, and then they just want to be part of it and see it. You know, you got to respect these people, mate.
It was good to see the Euro fan meet Tom. He was in the Sons of Donegal bus. Graham was over on the south side. Larkin was over on the south side. The city was in the bad yesterday, I have to admit. But no, I mean, the thing was, obviously I mentioned Andrew there. It was great, like the collection. I think it's just under £40,000 in total. That all the collections and auctions and stuff has raised so far.
Dear God, is that much have raised? Yeah, that's brilliant.
I mean, that's what it's about, Tommy. You'll never walk alone. And listen, there's many trains I thought at the moment about what's going on at Celtic and banners and stuff like that. But you've got to stand side by side with your fellow punter. And the people who have put and donated in what they can are RP'd the stuff, so more people who maybe could donate have done. That's what it's all about, mate. But
just those few minutes there when I just stood with you, bro, just before kick-off and Saturday there. I mean, when you seen, there was a lassie she pulled out bundles. I think it was 10s and 20s, and just threw them in. And she wasn't just alone. And then the people who weren't putting notes, they were just putting bundles of coins in as well, mate. It was just
I think
mate.
There was a lady. I was helping with the banner and stuff, and there was took a couple of pictures and tweeted them out, etc. There was one, the wee pensioner lady. God love the wee soul, she stuck a fiver in. And this would have been funny. She wasn't cutting about in a Laura Ashley catsuit and Vivian Westwood boots around, So a fiver's probably a lot to that wee soul.
Everything's relative, mate. When you're looking at that, the person, and God love the person who put in bundles of notes, but then, they could be on, huge amounts, and that wee person on the £5, they might only be on £70 a week, they might only be on £100 or £150. So that's a huge, significant amount that they're giving away compared to, but God love the person as well, giving the extra amount, because you give what you can give, and it all amounts, mate. It all counts.
We've got probably a loose characters. I'm not saying all. I'm sure there's people done it discreetly and put money in. I'm not saying anybody's better than anybody else in the ground. But we've got people who probably spent what that wee woman is putting in the tin in the bucket. They probably they're in their 6 litre engine cars turning the corner at Kerrydale Street. It probably cost them a fiver, mate. So I just very. I wasn't. The game was the game. I was more upset with Juventus last year when they had a better team. The team's absolutely rubbish. There's no direction there. There's nothing, Virgil's not a bad.
That's what my man said yesterday. There's not a team. They never played like a team, mate. There's nothing there.
The midfield's just full of hod carriers, water carriers, nothing up front. I just sat, had my little buds, and I watched Kaká for 90 minutes. And I watched Balotelli. And that was it. I enjoyed the percussion down the stair as usual. But quite disappointed.
For where I was sitting, right, I never seen the full display because I was in the third row, so I couldn't get any. If it was not, I could only see the top bits, and I couldn't see it clearly. And it wasn't till late on last night when I seen it all kicking off. I seen the banner, and then I thought, I couldn't believe that stuff the other day when I clocked that earlier on.
Well, I've seen the most disappointing thing for me about last night was actually the people who, if fair play them, they paid their money. I've no problem with people saying they want to leave the ground, and I'm not talking about the folk who, if they've got businesses to get away, or if they've got a train to catch, or if they've got children there, they've got to get them home early. There's a few nuggets, obviously, up the pitch. We've got a few empty seats up there, and the big game hunters in with their brand new scarves, with their brand new tops. And as you say, there are boys like Graham flown over from America. There's the people who come from Ireland and England and all around Europe consistently to come and support the club when they can. And there's souls probably 40 yards for that stadium who have never been in the stadium because they can't afford to go. And we've got these arrogant blunderbusses drinking all day and lobbing their scarf down and walking out in a fake rage. And that was, I just sat, I never got involved with it. But I've seen a lot of guys, family and their children, just going tonto at them, absolutely raging, saying don't effing come back and all that. And it's very rarely to take back. I know there was a few isolated incidents last year at Juventus with it. That's the people we don't want to the ground. Not the people who were singing the whole 90 minutes last night. Mate, the reference to statements that have been released, everybody knows. I'm not going to beat any drums about or say I told you so or whatever. We have a chief executive who earns a very good wage. He's very good at some of the things he does, and other things he's not. And I was very disappointed with the statement. I think the majority of Twitter is, and the unfortunate thing is, it's the support's not going to go away. Everybody's left wing, and one of the serious growing up Twitter accounts, I don't follow it. Doesn't follow me. I tweeted, I said, I'd be more embarrassed. I'm more embarrassed with the fat cats.
Hold on, no. I don't want anonymous. Hit me with the name and don't give your snash. What's the name?
Alted or something. I don't know. I
Who?
don't know what it is. Alted. I've seen it being retweeted or something talking about Safeco and tax cases and all that. No one
What
of
did
the
they say?
accounts had promised.
What did they say? Sorry.
No, all I came out with was saying there was, if Nobble's embarrassed by our fans, I said I'm more embarrassed about having a Tory fat cat board to milk the fans for the workforce for profit.
I've never
And this
been.
guy came.
I mean, after having our fans being targeted in this way, and for him to say that, mate, I think this is the final coup de grace. It should be the breaking point for a lot of Celtic fans. A lot of sensible Celtic fans have got to be saying tonight, enough's enough, right? Because what policy? I mean, there's no justification for just to attack Celtic fans. For what reason? To turn it round because this is do you agree with me? It's just a deflection tactic they've used.
It's not. I went back to the gentleman a bit off the cuff. I don't follow the account. No interest what he says, and he's no interest obviously what I say, but something upset him. And I went back and I said, oh my God, why are Peter's boys interacting with me? Bum. And he questioned what profit, and I explained. He said, oh yeah, it must be looked at. Maybe look at advice that we were fans. And I went back and I said, listen, his brother Wilfred outside the front door. It's no Ronald McDonald. We sort of living wage out and 0 hour contracts out. And that's a priority. So, and listen, there's people who maybe went down the route of, and I'm not talking about anyone in general or down the witch hunt. There's people who embrace what Peter Lowell does, and that's fine. And they might not have any interaction with anybody. The element of your support who I'd say have been fucking victimised by Police Scotland, by their own board, etc., for their attitudes. But what I would say, Tommy, is after it's very ironic for me, after the Cliftonville game with the pyrotechnic incident, when the smoke went off, should never have happened at Celtic Park, had nothing to do with the people in 111. It was a rogue element who went in and let the smoke off. The Green Brigade and the people in 111 lost their season tickets. They went to a paper, game by game. Their tickets were posted out to them. Now, maybe 6 weeks ago they were promised the new tickets were going to be coming online, etc., and they would be getting them. So they've pursued it through John Paul Taylor, and John Paul's tried his best. I followed various interactions on Twitter, and for me it becomes very apparent that today, last night, that was the end of Europe. We're now entering the cold winter of discontent. There'll be very little signings coming in. That mouthpiece of a manager, that Uncle Tim sitting there saying, we're going to be signing players now. Well, what players is he going to do?
Hold on. Who are you calling Uncle Tim? Come on. No. Come on.
Hear me.
No. Like your point. You're on a listen here. Take that back. We've got to take that back. Come on.
Calendar boy will call him. I'll call him Calendar boy. So Calendar boy's on saying we're going to sign
hold on. What do you Calendar boy? What's that a reference to?
He's £15 calendar he's released.
He's what?
He's £15 calendar he's released.
All right. So he's a calendar boy?
He's got his calendar. But anyway, right. My point
is he getting his Tadger out, but is he sitting there in November with a tash with his Tadger hanging out for 2014? Is he running about with his Tadger out in 2014? Is it just Jamie Forrest? What's the script with that mad bastard? What happened? What's the SP?
Let me finish my very valid point, then we'll go down that avenue.
Valid point? You've slandered a good brother who's been slandered for pillar to post. I've had to defend my manager. I've had to defend a manager. He's got faults like you. He without sin cast the first stone, Caliph brother.
He's never in fucking Parkhead TV freaking played there as a player. Give me that shite.
He was honing his talent so as he could come here and grace us in his latter stages of his career, and then now in football management and Champions League glory. That's all he was doing in his younger days. You got to cut the boy some slack.
What a career. Anyway, you're
heading for a ban here. If I'm going to be ruthless,